Finding out you have cancer is a punch to the gut. The world just stops. For me, that day came on a Tuesday. Stage 4, they said. The doctor's words were a blur of probabilities and treatments, but all I could hear was a ticking clock. I drove home in a daze, needing to tell my wife, Sarah. I needed her strength, her support. I walked into our home, the one we built together over 15 years, and my world shattered for the second time in one day. I heard voices from our bedroom. A man's laugh, deep and unfamiliar, followed by my wife's giggle. The sound I used to love now felt like a dagger. I pushed the door open. There she was, with a man I vaguely recognized from her office. The look on their faces, shock, then guilt, then a flicker of something colder etched itself into my memory. Her first words weren't, "I'm sorry." They were, "It's not what it looks like." But it was exactly what it looked like. The life I knew was a lie. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. A strange, icy calm washed over me. I just turned around, walked out, and closed the door behind me. I sat in my car, the unopened folder with my diagnosis on the passenger seat. In that moment, a new purpose ignited within me. The doctors had given me a timeline, a battle to fight for my life. But now I had another battle. I wasn't just going to fight cancer. I was going to dismantle the life of the woman who betrayed me when I needed her most. The next morning, I acted as if nothing had happened. Sarah was a mess of apologies and excuses. She cried, she begged, she swore it was a one-time mistake. I played the part of the heartbroken but forgiving husband. I told her we would work through it, that my love for her was stronger than this. I even told her about my diagnosis. Her face paled, her tears now mixed with what looked like genuine remorse. She promised to be by my side, to care for me through every step of the treatment. And I let her. I needed her to believe we were a team. My plan was simple, but brutal. It wasn't about a quick, messy divorce. It was about precision. Sarah had always been obsessed with our finances, our status, our perfect image. That would be her undoing. I started my chemo treatments, and as promised, she was the doting wife. She drove me to appointments, held my hand, and told everyone how brave her husband was. All the while, I was quietly meeting with my lawyer and a forensic accountant. Our assets were complex. Joint accounts, investment portfolios, properties. Sarah had always left the boring details to me, trusting that I was managing everything for our future. That trust was my weapon. I began the meticulous process of legally and systematically separating my assets from hers. I set up new accounts, transferred funds, and shifted ownership of properties into a trust that she couldn't touch. Every transaction was legal, documented, and airtight. It was slow, painstaking work, done in the hours she thought I was resting from my treatments. She was so focused on playing the role of the perfect caregiver that she never once checked a bank statement. She saw my physical decline as her opportunity for redemption in the eyes of our friends and family, not realizing it was the perfect cover for my financial disappearing act. I was a ghost in my own life, fading physically while my true assets became invisible to her. Months passed. The chemo was hell, but the thought of my endgame kept me going. I was getting weaker, but my resolve was stronger than ever. The accountant finally gave me the green light. Everything was in place. All that was left was the final act. One chose our anniversary. Sarah had planned a quiet dinner at home. She made my favorite meal, lit candles, and put on soft music. She talked about our future, about how we'd travel once I was in remission. She held my hand, looked into my eyes, and told me she loved me. It was a masterful performance. My turn. I waited until after dinner. I slid a single envelope across the table. It wasn't an anniversary card. "What's this?" she asked, smiling. "Open it," I said, my voice steady. Her smile faltered as she pulled out the papers. Divorce filings. She looked at me, confused. "What is this? A joke?" "After everything we've been through?" "Everything I've been through. You mean?" I replied. I then slid a second, much thicker envelope across the table. This one contained detailed printouts. bank statements showing zero balances in our joint accounts, property deeds transferred out of her name, a summary from the forensic accountant detailing every asset she no longer had access to. Her face went from confusion to disbelief, then to pure, unadulterated rage. "You can't do this! Half of that is mine!" she shrieked. "Actually, it's not," I said calmly. "While you were busy with your coworker and busy playing the role of a saint, I was busy ensuring that the woman who abandoned me at my lowest point will get exactly what she deserves. Nothing. I told her I knew about the affair from day one. I told her how I let her believe she was forgiven, how I used her fake devotion as a smokescreen. Every act of kindness she had shown me was a nail in her own coffin. The color drained from her face as the full scope of my revenge became clear. She had been so busy managing her image that she had lost everything that was real. She screamed, she cried, she threw a glass against the wall, but it was just noise. I stood up, feeling a profound sense of peace. I was still sick, I still had a battle ahead, but I was free. I had taken back my power. I left her standing in the ruins of the life she had so carelessly destroyed. My fight with cancer is ongoing. Some days are good, some are bad. But every day I wake up knowing I'm fighting for myself, on my own terms. I'm not a victim of her betrayal anymore. I am a survivor, in more ways than one. And that's a victory no one can ever take away from me. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've been through something similar, know that you are stronger than you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories of resilience.